I see you.
Oh, I see me now.
All right. We are live, people. We are live. We are live. Let me go live on Instagram. We are live. Welcome to Chat Her Up. Today, we are going to recap Real Housewives of Atlanta, season 16, episode 1, which is called Welcome Back, Peaches. This is the 16th installment of Real Housewives of Atlanta. I don't know about you all, but I was excited to see my show come back because I literally started watching it a Housewives period when I heard they were doing a black franchise. At that time, they had two. They had three. OC, New York, and Jersey. And on the Saturday before Housewives premiered, I had just had my daughter, who is 16, by the way. I was folding clothes and decided to turn on Bravo for the first time. And the Housewives of Jersey was having a marathon. And I watched it. I was like, oh, this is really good. Because this was kind of, Housewives of Atlanta was kind of a turning point in reality TV. Because it was popular at some point, then it kind of died at another point. So when Housewives of Atlanta came on, I was excited. I really do remember that day in 2008, getting prepared. It was like the day before it premiered, and it was 2008. I really do remember that. Or was it 2009? I think it was 2008. But my baby is 16, so that's probably it.
Wow.
Any chopsticks before we start?
I would think that Porsha's Porsha's been doing a lot of press for Atlanta, and she went to the Breakfast Club and did a nice timed interview. And that particular interview, they asked her, I thought it was interesting about Nene and what happened with the Upshaw situation. I don't know if did any of y'all get a chance to listen to it?
No.
I didn't listen to it, but I know what she said, but go ahead.
Okay. Well, in the interview, they asked her what happened. And according to Porsha, she was in the room. They were about to put her, get her hair and makeup together. And she heard Nene's voice next to her. And she said, I can't do this right now. Because she had just recently filed for a divorce and she couldn't mentally be a housewife. So she claims they were physically on the set, which I didn't know that part. And then they sent her home and they would end up replacing her with Cynthia. She claims that it wasn't anything about her and she doesn't understand why Nene would even try to make it about her.
Well, I didn't read it, but Nene said that Porsha lied. I just saw.
I was just going to go there.
Okay,
and
go
then
there.
Nene responded and said she's lying.
Okay.
And it kind of makes sense what Nene is saying, what she has said, not necessarily as her response, but when it first happened, that she said that Porsha said she can't work with Nene. And you know why I believe that? Because I'm a big fan of Porsha's. And as a person who's a big fan of somebody, my daughters say I can't do this objectively, but I can objectively deal with Porsha. And I like Porsha, but anybody that really likes her knows that she's also a hater.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Porsha didn't want to work with Nene because she didn't want to have anything to do with anybody or anything or deal with that was friends with her now soon to be ex-husband. That's what's really happening here. She heard Nene. She was saying Nene didn't call her and check on her. She said she didn't want to. Nene would say in real time when this was happening Nene would say that she wanted to talk to Porsha in public, and in person, and she didn't want to seem intrusive because at that time she was dating a friend of Simon's.
Oh.
And and when I was watching Porsha and some of the things that happened, I like Porsha, and we'll talk about them, but she's a hater. She's the type of chick that,
when she jealous of Shamia getting married.
She's dead. All I kept thinking about, I don't know if y'all are fans of the show Girlfriends. Did y'all watch Girlfriends?
Mm-hmm.
I was like, if that ain't Tony and Joan, I don't know what.
Oh my gosh, she absolutely acts like Tony.
Yeah, I was like, if this is not Tony and Joan, no. Porsha is kind of she's jealous. She was jealous of Shamia. She didn't even go to Shamia's wedding. Y'all don't remember that?
She was jealous. Yeah, I just said that. Can y'all not hear me?
I really do. I enjoy Porsha. I think Porsha is fun to watch, but she is a hater. Even why I don't like with Drew. We're gonna talk about the Drew stuff.
Okay.
I believe Porsha there.
But she was just at Drew together. Did
I
you
don't
not see
believe
that?
Porsha.
Did you not see Drew
I definitely
had
don't
this little
believe
get
Porsha.
together? Drew had a little get together. She was walking out cute. She on this cute little short outfit. Mm-hmm. She ended up with Porsha. Porsha and her was dancing on each other. I thought you believe it? Did you not see that clip?
Is that recent?
They just happened.
Oh, they could have made up. This was.
You gotta understand. They still have to They still have to promote the show.
Yeah, this
was not a promotion for the show. Drew was celebrating something. This was them out at a club.
They were having a premiere party.
Oh,
that was what that was? Because that
they had a watch party. The whole
that didn't look like a good. Oh, that didn't look like a watch party. Okay.
They had a watch party. They did over the weekend. They had a watch party because all of them.
So Drew came in like I thought it was Drew something with Drew because they had music playing. She was walking in. She had like all these people around her, like celebrating her. And then she ended up in a room with everybody waiting on her. And Porsha had on like a silver dress. Are y'all sure this is the same thing?
This was months ago, though. I'm not. It could have been, but I'm just saying this was filmed in May. We know it was filmed in May because Shamia said, "I hate having when my birthday is so close to Mother's Day. It's hard to it's hard to like really get my birthday in." So, so we know this was filmed in May. It's a whole lot that could have happened. It's almost a year later. It's March.
Telling the people was like, I thought she ain't like Drew. She's a liar. So I don't care.
Well, I definitely don't think she likes Drew. She was just talking about her not too long ago in the interview.
That's what I'm saying. And they was just together.
I think that this just was like a casting, and
But I didn't see nobody else but Porsha and Drew. I'm gonna show y'all a clip.
Okay, I know what you're talking about. They all were there. They all were there.
Yeah,
I know what you're talking about.
So Drew had on a little short outfit.
Yes, they all were there, babes.
Yeah, I know that they had a watch party because somebody shared all of them together. All of them, everybody was there, I believe, except Britt. Because I don't think nobody's talking about it.
So why was they hyping Drew up so much in this clip?
I don't know.
Like she was
I don't know.
Well, it was shocking to me.
Okay, but
it's just like the Beverly Hills girls. They still do stuff together, and we all know some of them can't stand each other.
Right. But let's move on, y'all. Let's get started on this episode. This episode starts with Porsha kind of running. And she talks a little bit about the fallout with her divorce. And we all know the details. So we don't even have to review all of that. But we all know what's going on with Porsha. So let's move on over to really Shamia. Were you all impressed with the opening segment of Shamia? They showed her house and a lot of her family were in town preparing to celebrate her birthday. And she has 2 elevators. She has the elevator to get upstairs. She has the elevator to get to her closet. And she was a little arrogant talking about her tequila. What y'all think about their introduction to Shamia as a housewife? Because obviously, looking at this, we didn't know her.
Well, I said to myself when I watched that scene that she'll probably be visiting him in jail within the coming years.
Who?
Shamia. Is that who we're talking
Visiting
about?
who in jail?
Her husband.
Why?
Why is he?
Why did he
Why
go
would
to
she be
jail?
visiting him in jail?
Well,
Oh, I hadn't shared this out, y'all. Hold on.
probably something illegal.
Is he
Well,
doing something?
What you say?
no.
What? Who? How many?
What illegal has he done?
I don't know. Demetria, I don't know. I said probably something illegal. Probably
Right.
being the key word. Because was it, how many seasons ago did they have that, uh, when Latoya and Drew was on there and they had that event in Shamia's basement? Y'all remember that?
Uh-uh.
Okay, well, that's why I say he might end up in jail. But what do I know? Just my opinion.
Oh, I
What
don't
about the
know. I
basement?
didn't watch it.
What about it that makes you think somebody going to jail though? That's what I'm confused about.
Just a different house. That was all. Different house. No big deal.
Yeah. Anyway, according to Shamia, they do ask him where does he get his money from.
And she gladly told me, honey.
She
Where?
she laughed at first and said he's the African king, and then she was like, "No, he has had HVAC contracts with
Multiple airlines, honey. So
yeah,
they're
with
wealthy. He's
Oh.
wealthy.
the airport. So he
Yeah,
provides
airport.
the heating and cooling for the airport. I mean, I don't know if y'all know this, but I have been reading countless articles specifically about HVAC and saying that those are your the incoming heating and cooling people are your six-figure dudes now.
Yeah, of course.
Like
I
you
mean,
can
and if
make
he got,
serious money. Now, if you working for a company, no, you can't make no money. But if you're heating and cooling for a trade that only takes like it's so many hours, and you could do those hours within 12 to 15 months. Because it's not even something you can go to school for HVAC, but you don't even have to go to school. If you have a mentor that's willing to mentor you for free, you can work under them and get those hours the same way you can get hours to be a barber. I have or beautician. I have a niece that didn't go to beauty school, but she is I don't know if she's a beautician because she lays wigs. And it may be under that natural hairstylist because she doesn't do chemicals. She doesn't perm or anything, but she braids and does wigs. And all she had to do was be an apprentice underneath somebody. And she did that for over a year, maybe about a year and a half, and to get those hours that she needs. And she had to pass the test. And I'm not sure if there's an HVAC test, but it could be. You can make stupid amount of money in HVAC. I've really been encouraging my students. I have a career section for high school, and I've been talking about that with these boys because not only can if you decide to work for a company initially, if you a family member with HVAC, who you think I'm calling when I need heating and cooling or vents done? That's who I'm calling. I'm
and
calling
if he got it in multiple airports, that's not, as I said, a contract thing. You know how much that stuff malfunctions, needs to be fixed. Da 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 da. He's definitely got the money.
Yeah. So yeah, that's your new millionaires. There's a recent article on there about HVAC. So anyway, I didn't know she had that much money, but I do remember Candy saying at some point that Shamia got more money than me. I remember her saying that.
Yeah, she did say that.
I didn't necessarily understand what she meant. And you have to admire a woman whose husband has all of that and she still goes to work. Shamia she worked on a radio station. I don't know if she still worked there, but Shamia is working. She just not a sit-at-home housewife.
Because I would be.
I sure wouldn't be going to nobody's job.
Not no radio show at 7 in the morning. No, ma'am.
Oh no. If I met a man with money, I definitely would still work.
I would work, but I wouldn't do that. That's too early.
I might have my own podcast.
Yeah, I have a podcast.
I wouldn't be clocking in to nobody's job.
Right. I would be like the PTO mama. I would
Yeah,
go to my kid's school.
yeah.
Yes.
I definitely will be still clocking in to somebody's clock.
I'm not clocking in. Why would you
If
clock
it's
in?
Yep.
because
You
I
don't gotta
still
work.
would want. I still go to work
Beyonce
because
said,
if I met a man with money, I'm going back to school,
but that
fulfilling
don't
my
mean you have to work
dreams.
for
That's
somebody
different.
else.
That actually
You don't
makes
have to.
sense. You could go back. I get going back to
You can
school,
go back to school, right?
and I get even getting something that you may or may not work, but I wouldn't be clocking under nothing to
No,
nobody. I would
you
be
don't work
trying
for
to make
nobody else,
my own. I would be
right?
whatever I would do. It would be for myself. It would not be to make nobody else no money. That don't even make
What
no
did
sense.
Beyonce say? You ain't gotta call in to work because you the boss. I'm gonna be
Right.
the boss. I ain't gonna call in to work.
I mean, technically, if you're going to work, regardless of whether it's for yourself or whatever, it's still hours. You're still clocking the clock, child.
No,
Yeah,
That's
you're
what
not.
I
I don't
mean.
clock
it's
in
a
and out.
difference
First of
working
all,
for
where I work,
yourself.
I don't clock in and out. I'm salary, but so come and go as I need. But no, so Shamia definitely shouldn't be doing that.
Right. But
But
let's
anyway,
move on.
let's move on.
What did y'all think? Anybody else have any points about our introduction to Shamia before we move on to Drew?
I didn't
No,
watch it, so I'm just here listening to
Okay.
y'all.
Drew. Drew, they introduced Drew and they bring in Kenya. This is so disrespectful to Kenya.
such a crime that Kenya didn't have a confessional during the scene.
Yeah, uh Kenya comes over Drew's house and we learn her living situation with Ralph. Ralph sleeps downstairs. He's not allowed upstairs. She's not allowed downstairs without permission. And I
Okay.
think he said every third and fifth weekend of the month, she has to leave the house and he has access to the whole house. I'm assuming with the children.
Too damn much.
So that's their situation.
Cause baby, I'll be gone. I would have been moved. And if I was you, I would have been moved. Well, what? You know what? You can have the house. I'm sure Drew has enough money to go find her a nice little apartment somewhere, or a condo or something, or even a little small
I
little house.
wonder who's going to get that house. He bought it. He bought
What
it.
I'm saying is, I would just gave it to him. Like if I know I have enough money to go and buy myself something else somewhere else to live, I would not be in that situation. I don't understand how people do that, baby. Once it's over, if I got the money that they have,
Yeah.
baby, I'm going to get me an apartment somewhere, even if it ain't just the best, long as it ain't,
So
ghetto.
what was their reasoning to stay together? The children, like what they say?
Yeah, huh?
I
Say
don't
that.
think they're staying together. I definitely think they're still getting a divorce.
No,
No.
I'm saying living together, staying in the same home
Oh,
together. Is it a divorce? Is it? I mean, is it the kids? Like, why are they doing this?
Oh, I'm sure for the children.
So she didn't explain because I would have been like, the reason we're doing this
Well, I
is
mean,
because
you saw the kids go downstairs. She didn't explain. You
okay,
just
I mean, but she probably not already explained to them off camera, maybe.
yeah.
yeah. But I think that needs to be said to us as viewers because people like D are like, why? You know what I mean?
I mean, I ain't saying why. I mean, I get why. I just wouldn't
I
be doing
wouldn't
it if
do it.
I made that type of money that you
I
made. I
wouldn't
wouldn't be
either.
doing it. Baby, we'll
I
be,
wouldn't either.
mommy and daddy aren't together no more. Her kids are
No.
not babies. They understand. So I was like, Mom and Daddy are not together no more. We have to live separately now. You have to go with Daddy on these days, and you're gonna be with Mommy on these days. Simple. Get her a little 3 bedroom apartment, little nice little condo or something. Call it. There ain't no way I'll be leaving my house every this day and this day. Girl, no. Can't go down to the basement. He can't come up. Girl, that's just too much.
Yeah, that is.
So
So you think? Okay, go ahead.
Drew sits down with Kenya and Drew gives Kenya the tea on what's been happening with her and Dennis.
Okay.
Basically, Drew tells her that, she's been working with Dennis, and Kenya asks her, have you talked to Porsha? She claims yes. I don't believe her. Then she keeps using this term, and it gets worse every time I hear it.
What?
Been like, what is, oh gosh, I need to go. I
She
want
just meant basically in so many words because I can't remember verbatim what she was
she
using.
kept saying like she didn't say he was her savior, but she was
Yeah,
just
but
like
like an angel, like
yeah,
or
he's
something
been my
like that.
angel on earth right now. That's what she keeps
Okay.
describing him as. And Kenya is looking at her like, what?
That's why I wish Kenya had a confessional so bad. So bad. Gosh.
I know it. I hate it. But go ahead.
Yeah, she basically says that Dennis has been her angel on earth, that he's been producing this, and he feels like this would be possibly pay for Palor to go to college. So he's definitely down. I don't know if you all been seeing the clips from next week because it gets worse. It gets
Oh,
worse.
Really?
Oh my
Portia
God.
cussed her the hell out.
But he does make very clear that he's not sleeping with Drew.
Yeah.
Why
But
does
my
Portia think that she's sleeping with Drew? I'm confused.
Because
Like,
she's
where did this come
delusional.
from?
I'm definitely on Drew's side in this whole entire
Because
Right.
situation.
okay, let me say this. Of course it was a leak. And the blogs have been insinuating that Drew and Dennis are messing around.
I
So
just was surprised to see her just sitting there letting Portia curse her out like that.
Me
I
too,
was
baby,
waiting
because the
on
way I
her.
would have wore Portia
Yeah.
out right then, I was like, girl, you want to talk about this? How about let's talk about you and your divorce, honey, since you want to get
Yeah.
out of my business
I mean,
about
Portia
something.
dates everybody ex-man that's her friend. Why she mad? But go ahead.
I
And
mean,
then
I'm
my
sorry.
whole thing,
all the
my
way.
whole thing about it is, do Drew be lying? Absolutely. Is Drew looking kind of shady in this situation? Absolutely. But I definitely think Portia is making this way more than what it has to be. That could have been a simple conversation between her and Drew, and it would have been done. It could have been done.
I'm gonna say this. I think in this particular situation, I think I am more on Portia's side, and I'll tell you why. I have seen the clip from next week, and I don't know if you all want me to repeat it, but I'll
Go
say
ahead.
Drew is taking liberties that she should not take.
Like
But
what?
She is an
Drew
ambassador.
said that's not true, though.
Okay, she actually didn't on the clip. She actually didn't
Yes,
say
she
anything.
did.
She didn't say that she did. Actually, she said it was free advertisement, which tells me that what they're saying is true. What she tried to do was true. I just don't
What
think.
is?
Okay, let me say this. Uh,
Please, I need more answers.
Drew is an ambassador for Go Naked Hair, and
Right.
Drew wanted to do a scene this season of a photo shoot with Go Naked Hair. And Porsha was like, how can you not talk to me about that? Why would you? Because she actually asked the producers, can I break the fourth wall? And they said, yeah, go ahead. And that's what she said. When we all know that the Housewives, all of the franchises, they actually have to set up their storylines for the season. People have not been able to come back because they couldn't come up with a cohesive storyline, by the way. And she basically laid out things that she wanted to highlight this season. And one of them was Go Naked Hair. Porsha, one of the producers told Porsha, and Porsha probably felt like, well, why wouldn't she bring that up to me? Also, I want to say this. There's an element that we cannot forget. One, there is not a brand that you can have on Bravo that Bravo doesn't get a portion of. How are you going to use somebody else's brand? And you know how this works. The proceeds, a portion of the proceeds will have to go to Bravo. Portia's had Go Naked Hair forever. She's never done her own personal segment. Now she mentions it like crazy, but she's never done a segment. And you don't even know if she's in contract with Amazon with that. I know she is with the Porsche sheets now. You
Okay.
can't take liberties
I'm still
with
not
somebody
understanding
else's
what that
brand.
has to do with the
I
Dennis
still don't either,
situation.
Joy. I
Not
know
a
you
doggone
like
thing.
Two
Portia.
things. Porsche brought up two things. That's what she was talking about. That's what she asked for the third wall. She was pissed about two things. One, you're trying to film with Dennis. Basically, Porsche, let me just say it like this. Drew wanted to have a storyline surrounded around her music and Go Naked Hair. And both of them involve Portia's either business or baby dead.
Okay, well, only one of them actually was concerned Portia. The other one did not concern Portia at all.
She claimed that the dentist part didn't bother her, but she did make clear what bothered her was the Go Naked Hair stuff.
But she still
She was
made it
upset. She
more.
was
She still
upset
made
about
it
all.
more about Dennis. She still made it more about the Dennis thing.
Yeah, it was more so about the Dennis thing, which is really ironic considering she wants Drew to have some, kind of respect for her when she didn't have the same
The
respect for
same respect
somebody
with
else's
it.
person.
Literally, it's like
I
it's
mean,
okay.
she's
Well, I'm
giving
gonna get it.
respect
I'll
to the
wait till they
person.
get to the end of the episode to say that.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Okay, let's go on. That's next week. We might have more context next week
Right.
because there is that clip that's going around that's going to be next week, and there is another clip of Drew and Dennis together. Not Drew, Porsha and Dennis together. But I kind of get. I don't know if my ex. I don't care if we good or not. I think I would feel a way if a coworker on a reality show, if you going through somebody else to be with me, to be on screen with, that would irritate me. I would feel some type of way about it.
Child, let me hush.
I would not know how to identify what feeling that is, but I know I would feel some type of way. Because if you're going to film with anybody, you're gonna film with me. But it just doesn't look good.
From what it seemed like to me is it seemed like Drew wanted to film with Dennis in the studio. That's what it
I
gave to
said
me.
that. I said her. It sounds like her storyline is based still connected to Porsha. Either go naked her or being in the studio with Dennis. That's the issue. And even if
That's
that's what
Dennis
she,
is not Portia's storyline.
oh, okay, you all right, you
I
whatever.
mean, if Portia wouldn't be making
It's
this a
not
big
about
deal, it would
even her
not be.
storyline. That is her son. That is her daughter's father. I
And
mean,
Child, Joy, you
Simon
are
was
giving Portia
his
too much
wife's
grace.
husband.
You are giving this lady so much
It's
grace.
not that
She
big
don't
of
give
a
nobody
deal. It
else.
is not that big of a deal.
my
It's
You
not that
are
ex,
big of a
give,
deal.
my
you
ex.
are giving this lady so much grace that
Because
she
it
don't
ain't
give
that big of a,
nobody else.
it's not that big of a deal. I'm sorry. I can't be
I
team
mean,
Portia on
yeah.
this. It's
I mean,
not that big of a deal.
But you got to remember, though, Joy was Team Portia 2 days after she announced her engagement to a married man.
No,
So,
no.
yeah,
First
I'm
of
not
all,
shocked
Joy
to
was
see
like,
Joy doing this
listen,
now.
I gotta set the scene. Joy was like, Portia would never do that ever. She
Mm-hmm,
just taking a picture. And then we found
mm-hmm.
out it's true, and
thought
she
that
like,
was
oh,
her,
I
first
still
of all, I
okay
thought
with
that
it.
was her mama's boyfriend because of his
Right.
other
And
thing.
then
And
after
then
she
this was
found
her.
out
I was confused.
Portia did it, she was still okay with it. So Joy just like Portia, and it's okay. Let's move
Yeah.
on.
I mean, I also just say I started off by saying the Portia's a hater.
Yeah, she
I
a
I
mean,
hater.
I just still feel like it's not that big of a deal. I feel like Drew and Portia could have sat down and had a conversation, and Drew
yeah,
could have clarified it, and it'd been
I think we
over.
could have before. I don't want to find out this kind of stuff. I think that's the part that's bothering
Even when she found it out, all she had to do was pull Drew to the side, have a conversation with her.
why should she have to have a conversation when she's hearing stuff on the streets versus coming to her? Like Shamia had even heard that the streets was saying that they came to a birthday party hugged up. That was on this episode.
Okay, but they
So the
were not
streets,
hugged up. Look,
but
they
it
were
What?
not hugged up.
they
No,
Portia
it
done
didn't
stole
look
that
like.
lady husband, Joy. She
It did
that's
stole
not
what
that
even
lady
look like. Wait a
husband.
minute.
Was
I'm
that's
getting
up
what
ready
in
they
to
the
send
said.
it
That
to you.
pool.
girl husband.
Let me
That
get the
girl was
picture. I'm gonna
pregnant.
send
Now
it
he
over
was
to y'all
pissed.
right now because you know I had to
She
insert
It
that.
doesn't matter if she was pregnant by the damn pool boy. She still was married
Right.
to the damn man, and Portia was acting like she wanted to be her damn friend.
girl.
Okay, check the
She
messages real
cannot
quick.
ask for loyalty from nobody after she done stole that lady husband. And that's all I'm
Drew
saying. Now,
haven't
no.
even done anything wrong besides
Right.
maybe not talking to Portia about it beforehand. But again, that's a simple
Monty,
conversation. If Portia was grown and
upload
mature
that
enough,
photo if you can.
all she
What,
had to do
baby?
was just talk
Upload
to
the photo I just sent in DM.
all she
Okay.
had to do
Okay.
was
Let me get it.
talk to Drew, let her know, I really didn't like that I had to find this out through other, avenues. I wish it would have came from you or whatever. But it didn't have to be made into this big thing. Like it didn't.
Well,
I mean, add in the fact you're correct. It may not have had. I don't think that she should necessarily confront her like that. But I'll say this: you add on the fact that you got the whole world laughing at you because that's what everybody was doing. And 15 months after you married this man, the controversy around them getting together, I can understand how I don't need no more stress around my friends.
why
Like,
would how is that going to be
Girl,
that Joy?
girl,
Stop.
bye.
How
Girl,
is that?
bye.
Honey, Joy
Her,
love her support.
how was that going to be stressful to her? They just stop. Did you get that picture? Did you get that picture, Montique?
I'm about to put it up. You ready?
Yes.
Okay. I don't know what it is.
So
What is it?
okay, so can y'all see a D?
Hold on, let me get my in my kitchen.
Shamia?
Huh? Well, here's the thing. So Shamia and her ding ding talking about they were holding hands. Whoever sent her the picture said that Drew and old dude was holding hands, and they sent this picture right here. Now
They not holding hands.
she ain't even facing in his direction. So I'm like,
Child.
why did they even put this picture out there as connection with it? That they are nowhere near holding hands. In fact, it looks like she's down there with the left hand. I don't know what she's pulling out or wedgie or something like that. He's behind her. So that's ridiculous. Joy.
I mean, it was what it was. That is the picture that she presented, but I'm just telling you what they claim they heard.
Shamia's just dumb, so I don't even care about nothing that Shamia got to say. You don't even can't even tell the difference between your friend being a hating ass bitch or not. Girl, bye.
That's true.
But I
But
mean,
keep on
Shamia
going. Let's go.
cool. Shamia cool.
I
But yeah,
like
next
Shamia, but
thing,
yeah, it would
next
have been
thing,
hard
baby.
for me to forgive Porsha after that.
Yeah, the whole Phaedra thing, absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Then Phaedra included Shamia in on the damn rumors, saying that they was a throuple. Like, girl, please
Well, that's why
miss
I
me.
started off by saying that she gives me Joan and what's her name vibes because
I
she
mean, more so
hey,
Tony Jones wasn't a hater.
I said Joan Tony.
Uh,
I didn't say which one. But I mean, I would think you would think that Joan and Porsha is Joan.
No.
Yes.
Porsche acts nothing like Jones at all, but
Oh
maybe the
boy.
self. No,
I'm
she
not
wasn't. Now
saying that,
Tony,
Mike. I'm talking about the jealousy. Joan was jealous of Tony when, particularly when she got married. That's really the point that I was making.
eh,
Specifically that. I even mentioned it.
thank you for clarifying.
Goodness gracious. Follow along.
girl, they just want to argue with you, girl. But I'm
Right.
arguing with you about
She
Porsha.
wasn't making sense. And she would have said that before when she first
Yeah,
mentioned
yeah.
it.
I
I know.
did. I did.
No, you didn't go into detail like you just did. You
I
just
literally said that Joan was jealous of Tony when she got married. Remember, she didn't even go to Shamia's wedding.
Can we get off of the girlfriends?
Anyway, Kelly, let's
yeah.
talk about Kelly.
Look, Callie, I'm letting y'all talk. Go ahead.
All right,
Jesus.
Kelly is one of the new girls. Kelly owns a chicken and waffles.
Okay.
She has a signature syrup line that was in Forbes. She has four daughters and in the process of getting a divorce. She's not 100% clear what happened to her and her husband, but it looks like, or it sounds like, there may have been some domestic violence involved.
Oh.
Um, and she's raising her four daughters alone.
Oh my God.
Not alone. That's not fair. She's just divorced or divorcing, because she did say that the girls love their dad, and
Okay.
she had a 17. Her oldest daughter is 17, and she had a birthday party at this tea joint, at this like tea place, and she gave
Mm-hmm.
her daughter 17 purses, a couple of them Chanel, some Michael Kors, um, couple of
Okay.
name brands, um, for her birthday, and they
Mm-hmm.
kind of sitting around talking about her situation at home. And she lives in a townhouse. My daughter said that she heard her waffles were good. She did hear that, and she's my daughter. We from St. Louis, so my daughter is she lives in Atlanta. She says that food in Atlanta is terrible. So she said it's so few and far between, and she says none of the celebrity spots have good food. None of them. She says
I'm
all
in
of
the
them.
old lady game.
She said every last one of them that she done been
Oh, Lord,
to,
we got comments, y'all. Okay, go ahead.
every last one of them that she done been to, that it's been one set of nasty food and overpriced food after another, and they don't. She feels like, especially celebrities, don't spend a lot of time with quality control with their
Okay. So
selling.
Kevin said it was given 2008 Love and Hip Hop. Why he say
Right.
that?
It's too much. Okay, this is my opinion, which may or may not be worth the hill of beans. But we have come to the point where they are all three of those new girls are fans. When you start casting fans, you can tell they're looking for a moment. They're looking to pop. Nothing feels natural. It's not
Okay.
like, how am I? I'm this, I'm that, I can do this. And this doesn't have to stop. Let me show you. Like, it just doesn't feel natural.
I mean, but
Gotcha.
y'all have to understand though that that's Atlanta though. So like that's literally Atlanta.
I don't think that has anything to do with it.
It
Because
absolutely has
if
everything to do with it.
you
It's
go back
What
to
do
Atlanta.
you
That's
mean it's
what goes
Atlanta?
on.
Explain, D.
Like
Explain
how
what
what
you
is
mean, D.
like what is going on? Like the faith injections and them going to the
Oh,
strip club and eating and all this. That's Atlanta. That's what goes on in Atlanta. That is the Atlanta culture.
I hear you, but I mean, I'm not even talking about the culture part. I'm talking about the conversations and how these girls are interacting. It's not natural. If you want to see natural, go watch the first seasons of any of these franchises. Those girls weren't sitting around with Louis so and so something some Prada. I have this. My husband does that. Put respect on it. That's not what people did. You hi, I'm so and so. You go into situations humbly. You kind of feel people out. I'll give you an example, a perfect example in this episode. There's the girl, what's her name
there's like
again?
some
Britt.
wind or something. I don't know what it is. Do y'all hear it
Somebody
or just me?
scratching up against the mic
It got to be Cali.
Why it got to be me?
because I don't know because that's your
It
face.
is you, Callie.
Your face
Why?
is
What am I
moving.
doing?
Because you're not
All
even
the numbers
talking, but your
in your
mic
head.
is moving, like your thing is moving.
I'm talking to y'all right now.
No,
Is
beforehand.
okay.
Okay, but go ahead, Joy.
So I'll give you a perfect example of unnatural and being a fan. The girl Britt, what's her name? Kenya comes in and was like, "Hi, everybody! Oh wow, y'all are so pretty," so and so. And Britt didn't feel like Kenya hugged her
You
right.
skipping all the way to the white?
I was just giving an
He's
example.
just giving an example of fake
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
she was just like,
You
um,
can't listen.
she didn't get hugged, and she was like, "Oh, she's trying to be shady." I don't know exact. Oh, it was about the ring. She was like, "Oh, this is my second ring." She was like, "From the same person." She thought. To me, the natural question would have been, y'all got married the second time, or is it the same person? Like, that's what Kenya said. And Britt is thinking she's trying to be shady. The only person who would think that question that Kenya had was shady is if you think you know the person. See, she
Right.
thinks she knows. She's a fan. See, she
Yeah.
thinks she knows Kenya. I don't even like Kenya. Y'all know that. But
Right.
I see where this is going already. And it's nothing wrong with being a fan, but you almost have to come into these situations with blinders on. Like, you almost have to come into the situations like Porsha. Like, we've seen a whole personality shift of hers. You have to come into this situation with blinders on. If you try to come in like you top dog, you're going to look bad every time. Being natural is being yourself. You can be a boss when a boss B don't have to tell you they're a boss B. We
Yeah.
already know. So I'm not talking about, even if what you have. I mean, look at Shamia. Shamia been around for forever. Shamia don't have to brag on what she got. Although I thought it was tacky for her to mention how much she paid for her house. I would have never done that.
That's what I'm talking about the basement. So did they just move into this house?
No, she's been in this house for at least like 8 or 9 years.
She said that.
Yeah, I mean, you can Google when she bought it.
Well, I don't care to go Google. I'm saying she said that on the show.
I don't know if she said it, but I remember it was like 8 or 9 years. It was a lot.
I need to see this house because y'all are amazed by it. Okay.
Yeah, it's real nice. When she bought it, she said it was the
Second
highest
higher.
sold house in the I don't know if it was in the state or in Atlanta that year.
It was in the
Wow.
state, and I was shocked by that because it seems like that would be a low ball if Hollywood, yes, Black Hollywood or whatever. And so when she said that, I thought, oh, okay, 9 million for some of the people down there that are rich. That would probably be a small number. P Diddy.
Yeah, 9 million don't seem like a lot, but maybe we're thinking California, and maybe that's a lot for Atlanta. But I don't know how that's the highest at 9 million. That don't seem
It
right.
was the highest that year.
Oh, that
Second
year.
highest.
Okay. And if
Second
you said
highest.
8 years ago, that was high.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now nowadays, probably not. But yeah, okay.
Oh
All
yeah.
right,
It was a whole new different market before COVID.
right.
Whole different market. And yeah, I mean, we know when she got married, so I'm sure she bought that house after that. Her and her husband bought it after that. We watched that, and I want to say she got married like season like 7 or something. I can't remember.
Okay.
It was but yeah, she anyway, let's go on. They show Porsha again talking about her marriage with the same lawyer. I said it ain't no lawyer in that's Nene lawyer. That was Todd's lawyer. That was
Right, girl. Like they had the same therapist. And they just had the same.
Goodness gracious. It ain't no other lawyers. He must be an entertainment lawyer or something.
Gotta be.
Or attorney or something. Was he Kenya's?
I don't know.
No, Kenya had a different lawyer because he told her for real. He was just like, that guy was very real with her. He was just like,
he was.
Yeah, he was like, you got too much to offer to basically be with this little scrub.
Mm-hmm.
Like, he basically told her that. I can't remember what words he used, but he was real with her. And I think he wanted to say, girl, if you don't dry up your face, it ain't worth your tears.
Yeah, I think so. How many seconds or how long was Kenya on there? I didn't think they were gonna show her.
She came back again. So they only dealt with Kelly. I was actually surprised with that. They didn't highlight Brit or the other girl who's married to Charles Barkley or Charles.
Oakley.
What's his name?
Oakley. She knows she was getting on my nerve. I said if she say Charles Oakley is her husband one more time.
Right, and put some respect on his name. Girl, I didn't even know who. I still don't know.
Who is he? What does he do?
He was a former NFL player, I guess.
Okay.
And
so what does he do now?
I don't know.
Oh, they hadn't. You said they didn't highlight her. Hopefully they'll say it. Okay.
Or they didn't highlight Brittany. And I don't know if the Charles Barkley lady is a housewife or is she a friend.
You mean Oakley? If you say
Barkley, Oakley, is she a friend of?
Oh, I don't know. D would know. He know more about this than me.
Of?
Who?
The Oakley.
Charles Oakley.
Why?
No.
She's on the cast picture, so I would think she's.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, one
so
I thought was interesting was Shamia hung out with Brittany and Kel. They went out to dinner or get drinks or whatever somewhere, and they sitting around talking. And Kelly breaks out and tells Shamia, "Why your friend steal that girl husband, man?" And Shamia tries to kind of correct her and says, first of all, if you want to say something to Porsha, you need to say it to Porsha.
Mm-hmm.
And she did exactly that, but continued.
She's Portia's lapdog. And yes. So, of course, later on, she does take that back. Shamia does take it to Porsha and tells Porsha. So
when they went to the strip club.
And they went, they were at the strip club, yes. Because I think she's trying to make Porsha feel better. Because apparently Porsha ain't been outside.
Oh, that's not been outside, y'all. I'm just gonna.
I'm talking about since when they started filming. I don't know if y'all know this or remember this. They started filming and then they stopped. So
because of her legal stuff, right?
Yes, they started filming and then they stopped because there was a lot of things I think they probably shot they couldn't air, because I'm sure they've already shot things about Porsha's house. They couldn't air this stuff. So they started back up filming again, because I thought they were filming like it this time last year. But I was surprised when Shamia said her birthday and they were talking about May. I was like, okay. But there's a gap there, by the way. And this is how we know. Something happens. Oh gosh, I can't remember what happened. Oh, it doesn't come. It'll come to me. I'll tell you. But we know that this Shamia's birthday is in May. So in May they were definitely filming. They were in full blast.
Okay.
But I was trying to remember, when did the Kenya stuff happen?
Oh, I don't know. When did she have her opening?
That's a good question.
Yeah.
That's how we could figure it out.
Yeah.
The timeline, yeah. Because I wanted
So do y'all think that, but are y'all enjoying the show? Like, is it?
Yeah, I thought it
We
was
didn't rate it. How would you rate it?
I would give it an 8.
Okay.
What? I think Callie gave it a 6. I thought for an opening it was pretty good. I think if these girls calm down a little bit, these new girls, I give them a chance. I don't like fans joining the show. They're not fun.
Yeah, I gave it a 6.
So, and I want to know what the heck did Brittany say about Kenya to make her, because I can't wait to see that episode. Because have y'all seen the clip? Girl, I sent it to y'all. I sent it's in there. It was like, well, she was like, you want look at whole Brittany? You want to see a hole or something like that? Brittany Eddie and her name, girl, like it's so bad. I was like, what did that girl do to Kenya to make her?
Well, we see
like that.
We see
What?
We see why Kenya did all that from just one episode.
Well, yeah, she's a fan. She's a fan who thinks she know Kenya. That's clear. That was clear. When I literally was sitting down watching, I was like, oh God, we got all these doggone fans. They not gonna be fun. They are not fun to watch.
Oh no.
They're not fun to watch. I don't think people
she had to do something for Kenya to act like that, but I'm gonna miss my girl. That's my girl.
Yeah, well, yeah. I thought it was crazy that Porsha's on the cover. Phaedra's on the cover and Kenya not even in it. That's insane to me.
I can't believe they did that.
And Porsha's not going to be the landing post that they thought she was going to be. I don't even know if Porsha is landing or anchor a bowl.
Do you think it's Phaedra?
Shamia, we all know that Shamia is the anchor. They already gave out the cast little thing with how they know each other. Shamia's in the middle.
I mean, yeah,
is she?
Yeah,
yeah. It's already been made clear by Bravo.
She was connected to all of them. I don't know if they said, but I don't think it was initially meant to be like that. But I just think it happened like that because so much of Porsha's life she can't share. And what happened?
Oh my God, Shamia? Okay.
Yeah, I said the same thing. When they released the first 16 minutes, I was like, okay, this is just, Porsha's a hater. She gonna be pissed when she see this.
But I'm gonna say this: Shamia does have that lifestyle. I mean, from what y'all saying about her husband, her house, she's probably brought that to the show.
She did.
You know what I mean?
I saw them girls. Who is that? Them two white girls from Housewives of OC and somebody else that got a podcast together.
Oh, Tamara and Teddy.
Dolores was on there, and they was talking about his house. They were talking about fabulous, yes. And she got a Rolls Royce.
Yeah, she's fit.
Yeah, I'm like, seriously, she is, because Atlanta.
God, just speaking of Tamara real quick, I just have to say this on air because we have housewife fans. Oh God, thank God she quit in the middle of
Yeah, she
filming.
quit. Now what happened to
Hallelujah,
make her
Jesus.
quit?
They brought up infidelity in her marriage,
And
and you
she
know
quit.
what? I don't feel bad for Tamara at all
So
because if the roles was reversed, honey,
right.
Tamara would be leading the charge. Now go ahead, Joy.
Yeah. So
Okay,
yeah,
I
I
want to
heard
talk about,
about
but keep on going because I want
yeah,
to talk
I
about that
heard
now. But
about
go
that
ahead.
as well. But we could move on over to Shamia's house party. She had a party at her house. It was her birthday, and her friends and family and all the housewives were invited and their husbands.
Okay.
While they're at this party, what's the name of that one girl, the new girl who got the light skinned dude as her husband? He looked weird.
Brittany,
Oh,
What's her
Brit,
name?
Brittany.
Oh, that was Brittany's husband. They don't look like they match, but
what? Okay, I need to see pictures. Go ahead.
yeah, they don't look like they match.
Oh,
And she had on a wig that was slipping. No, that was the Oakley lady. Her husband said, "Baby, you need to go take a look in the mirror." Her wig was slipping back.
why was it slipping, girl?
It was
No.
hot and muggy. It was hot.
Oh,
So it had been raining all day, and Shamia sang actually a really nice song. She can sing too.
yeah, she
About
came.
the rain, go away. And it did, it was kind of drizzly on and off, but eventually it stopped raining and they were outside. So they get to this party and everybody's there, and Porsha comes in late. Porsha would explain later on another show because it does look like she a hater because all the girls was talking about it. They had released the first 16 minutes. So Porsha said, everything is in the editing, but they knew where she was because she was filming. But she was an hour out just getting her hair done. And she
Oh
said
God.
she was filming. She couldn't film at her house. She was filming in Duluth at her house, at with her mother, her old house that her mother lives.
Okay.
So she was over an hour. Not only was she late, she missed pretty much the whole party. She got there when he was giving her a present, which was a Rolls Royce. And Porsha, she was, everybody is around, like, go girl, in this Rolls Royce. And Porsha comes behind her and hugs her. And Mia does notice it if she late. So, and then they, of course, they open up all the mics to all the other girls, basically calling Porsha a hater.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Well, she probably was.
Yeah,
And
you don't
yeah,
sort of know.
I
You
mean,
should have got your
Mia
ass
has
in the
the
bag.
husband still, the kid. Yeah,
They
I'm still
said
shocked.
the very least she could have been in a crowd or pretended like she was
She
there
was there. Yes, absolutely. That was tacky.
instead of coming up the driveway when they about to pull off in her new Rolls Royce.
What? Say
Yeah,
that one more time.
What you say?
Did I hear that right? Are you?
Yeah, I said it right. She literally was walking up the driveway while they was physically in the car.
No.
And she hugged her. She hugged her back and like, girl, we gonna twerk on this car. Da, 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 da. And then I guess Shamia pulled off. But anyway, they come back a little bit later, and this is where it pretty much ends with Porsha and all of the ladies decide to go somewhere quiet. Shamia tells um Porsha what she says. Oh no, that ain't what happened. Kenya nosy but goes to talk to Kelly to hear because I guess Kenya got word of what Kelly said about Porsha. So she asks her what happened. And while she's talking to Kelly about it, Porsha comes up. And the girl just
Okay.
said, well, no, what I said was, why you still that girl husband? And Porsha was like, that's the introduction. What's your name? What's mine? Like, and that's why I was saying, people can say it's a fair question. All I'm saying is there's no way if you had just met somebody that you didn't know or you was trying to get to know, would you start off like that? These are fans.
Yeah.
I mean, at the end of the day, it's not
Exactly.
necessarily a fan thing.
That's
Everybody all over the
never
world was talking
criticized.
about that. How was it a fan? The whole world was talking about this.
If
So
I
of
had,
course
even if
somebody was
even
gonna ask that question. It was
even
gonna come up
if I
eventually.
yes, true, but not the new girl. I think that I'm not saying that it wasn't a genuine question that should have been tackled with. I'm
I'm
just
trying to
saying
figure out who
this
cares
is
who
the
said
first
it.
time I'm ever. Portia said she had not met this girl in person.
So
So
I have
would
a
it have
question.
been
Does the
better
girl
if
have
she
a
would have
husband?
gotten to? No, Kelly is getting a divorce. But
Okay. So then I was
what
gonna say maybe she was scared Portia
difference?
was gonna steal her husband. Okay, go ahead
What
then.
No,
difference
she was
does
saying
it make
that she had
if she would have gotten to know Portia and then still ask the question? What difference does it make?
I think
Same
that
thing.
would have been the difference between you have now blocked the situation where I don't want to ever get to know you. And it's not like Portia did exactly what anybody would have did. Like, girl, I'm not even, she even say, I ain't even talking to you. At some point, like, you're not going to get an answer like that. Only thing you're going to get is create a scene. You're not going to get an answer from somebody.
Well, I mean, she
If
was
it
just
was
being
a
honest.
genuine
She was
question,
just being. She was. It was a genuine question.
if
She
it was
basically
that you
spoke
wanted
to
to
keep from
answer to,
somebody
you would
else.
have got to know me. Even taking me out to lunch or let me film with you and then be like, girl, you know the word on the street is, I would really like to hear your point of view. I would not ask a woman who I seriously, for real, had never met in my life. That's why I was
Well,
saying,
I think considering the fact that everybody was being messy about it, she just went ahead and asked the question because everybody was already being messy about her asking it in the first place. So she just got it out the way. Like, yes, girl, I asked, did you take that girl husband and why? That's really
But she
all I got
did.
from that. And that's all I got from that. Shamia had already told Portia. Kenya was already being messy in the city that they were at. So I quite frankly kind of don't blame her for going ahead and saying, "Girl, why you take the woman husband?" Because they already talking about it and making it a thing any goddamn ways, even though we already thinking it. So let me just go ahead and say it before it just get even further than this. That's kind of what I got from it.
But she did steal that lady husband. So what's the problem?
my
That too.
point is, there was no answer to give because it wasn't a question that she could have been expecting an answer from because nobody would have answered that. The only thing that it was going to start is a confrontation. So that's
Yeah.
why. So Portia's thing
Well,
was,
I
I
mean,
mean,
it was never gonna, it was
she
never gonna
actually
be
looked her in the
anything
face and
good,
said, I'm not even
anyways.
talking to you. Like
This is the thing that's annoying me about your point of view about this right now. It was never gonna be no getting to know you and all this stuff. Anyway, Shamia had already told her what the girl said, so Portia already had a problem anyway. So it really didn't even matter
she shouldn't
about
have.
her saying hi, how
She
are you,
told
what's
him
your name, and
we
da da da
already
da.
details. We already it ain't a person. If it's word on the street and I'm
I
looking
don't
for
think she was
good
asking for
and
details. I think
I'm
she
looking
was just
for
asking her why you did some low down ass shit
yeah.
like that. I
So
think that's kind of where she was coming
again,
from.
you don't want to get to know me and I don't want to get to know you. So now
Okay, but you're making it
we got
seem like
beef
Portia wanted to get to know the
already.
girl. You making it seem like Portia wanted to get to know the girl when Portia was already kind of not liking her from the beginning. So
Yeah,
did it
because
really
she was doing
matter?
some foul stuff. She wasn't look,
Okay, but I'm just going based off of the scene. You and Portia both said, why couldn't it have started off like this? Girl, you already had preconceived notions about the girl because of something that she had said to somebody else.
about
So
you.
do
That
it.
she was the
Okay,
person
so do
who
it.
had
So
never
do
met
it really.
before.
So do it really matter how she want to get up? Do it really matter if she
Actually, it
introduced
really would have. It
herself?
would have mattered that
No, it
if
wouldn't have. We all know how Portia
had she
is.
not said
We
that to Shamia, because if you wanted to get to know her, she shouldn't have even said it to Shamia. If she wanted to know the answer, like genuinely, I would have waited and got to know Portia, took her for tea or something. It's like, girl, we know the streets is talking. What really happened? I would love to hear your point of view. That's if you genuinely want to know the answer. Now, if you're just talking crap and trying to get a scene, trying to create drama, trying to, what is it, make a moment, then
I
yeah,
definitely don't think Kelly was trying to make a moment, honey.
she definitely was trying to make a moment. Nobody,
When she brought it up because Kenya brought it up, so it was gonna be
no,
talked
she
about.
should
She
have
was
never
not trying
brought
to
it up
make a
with me.
moment.
If she
She
hadn't
was
said
having
it
a
to me,
kiki
that would have
moment
been brought up.
with her girlfriends. Like, let's not act like we don't all do this when we get with our damn friends.
I didn't watch it, so
I'm just gonna
That's
say
basically what happened.
this was in
I got you.
2001. This when they filmed this was in
2001.
2004. Yes, that happened in two. She met Simon and all of that stuff went down in 2001. They filmed this in 2004.
2001.
Yes,
No way it's 2001, Joy.
they
It's
showed the date.
it's
It was April
2025. It has
21st.
not been 24 years since that happened.
I said 2000. I mean, not 2001.
Oh,
2021. I meant 2021.
gotcha. Okay.
Montique, all it was Shamia, Britt, and Kelly went out to dinner, and they were all having like a little kiki moment, gossiping about the
Okay.
girls. They all were. They gossiped about more than Porsha stealing their damn woman husband. They gossiped about a few other things too. Like I said, Shamia, they gossiping about Drew, and she don't even know the whole goddamn truth. So let's not sit up here and act like we don't kiki and ha and gossip with our homegirls. That's just what it was. I don't think Kelly meant any harm by it.
Yeah, I do gossip with people who I mean, but I'm not gonna gossip with somebody that I really haven't met, not on TV. Now I might gossip about you after I met you, but if I sincerely I think you're missing the point that this would not have happened had they not been a fan of the show. They think they know the situation because they think
How
they
was that? First of all, this didn't even happen on the show. So this has nothing to do with being a fan. This was worldwide topic all over the freaking world. It has nothing to do with being a fan of the show.
definitely was a fan. That's some fan stuff.
And
I don't know.
that's so annoying when people say that about me too, about them too. Everybody fucking watches Housewives. Damn near everybody has seen Housewives. Like, how does that make somebody a damn fan about something that is watched
It's
worldwide
not
by
just
the general
because you
public?
think you know, but it's the same reason why when Brittany walked up to Kenya and she's sitting up here saying, "Oh, she trying to be shady." That was a natural order of a question, in my opinion.
I
It
mean, you have to understand also, and
only
I
way
am
you can
on
think
Kenya's
somebody is
side
being
in
shady
this
is if you
situation.
think you know that person.
That does not mean that, and I'm on Kenya's side in this situation. But I can understand how coming from Brit, how that could have been like a little, oh well, she's
To
really not kind
say
of nice.
when you say, "Oh, this is my second ring," if I mean, since you weren't there, since you haven't watched it, Monty, let me
Right.
say it like this. You and I are
Okay.
talking. We're just meeting for the first time. The first thing I say to you, first of all, so I'm not trying to start no smoke, was how pretty you are.
Okay.
And you hug me, or we hug, and it's a half hug. But this is the first time we met. So I
Mm-hmm.
give you a half hug. You first think I'm trying to be shady because I give you a half hug. Then
Child.
we walk away or whatever, and then we're talking. We're in the group, and you're saying, "Oh," and I'm bragging about my ring, and I was like, "Yeah, well, this is my second ring." The very first thing that came to my mind would think this is your second husband. That
Yeah.
literally not. That's a natural order of things. Except Kenya said from the same person or a different person. But that's a natural question. She literally said, "This is my second ring." That I would have
Gotcha.
first the order of the first thought that came to my head is that this is your second marriage. So when Kenya said from the same person and she's like, yes, this is my whatever. The more appropriate statement would have been, "This is my upgrade."
Yes.
That would have been the more. I have an upgrade. The ring that my
Yeah.
husband gave me, we got married. I got upgraded. I would
Well,
never say this is my second ring. I would have under one conversation of people that didn't know. I would say this is my upgrade.
at the end of the day, it doesn't give that they are fans. If anything, it
That
gives they
definitely
came
gave
in wanted. If
fans.
anything, okay, that's your opinion and your square.
Whatever.
Not your square.
If anything, it gave they were looking for a reason to beef with the OGs, her and Kelly.
Yeah.
They went after the
Yeah,
people that
of
they
course,
thought,
because they
but that doesn't
fans.
mean. How does that mean fans? That doesn't mean fan. That just means they were trying. If anything, to me, it's giving like I'm trying to beef with the person that I feel like give me some momentum this season to have something to talk about, have something to beef about. That doesn't give fan. They
Only a
give trying to
fan would do
secure
that.
your position
Felicio,
on the
dude.
show.
Only a
How is
fan
that
would
fan?
do that.
How is that a fan?
Because anybody that's going in this blind, ain't really tripping off of who is the OG, who's the top dog. They genuinely just want to get to know this fan group, and whatever happened. That's the difference. Only a fan is looking at the top dog to start some crap, to make a mark, to create a moment.
That doesn't give fan. If anything, it gives desperate.
Only fans do that.
Thirsty, not fan. Thirsty, if anything.
Fans.
Doesn't
okay,
give
let's
fan.
move on. Callie, tell them to move on.
Move on, please.
Because it's not a fan. It's not a fan. That's not fan behavior. That's not giving it, oh my God, I watched the show and did that. First of all, I'm even going to play devil's advocate and not even say it's giving thirsty. If you don't know somebody like that and they come up to you and they act the way Kenya acts, and Kenya acts like that with everybody, granted, but I can understand how Britt felt like, oh, well, she didn't really come off that warm. I can understand that.
How can she not? How unwarm is hugging you and telling you?
I mean, I don't know. If somebody come and give me a side hug, really like, hi.
I don't even like Kenya. And I, like, she literally said, oh, wow, y'all are so pretty. Like, those were the first words. And then they kind of did that, you know, the little hug. I'm not a hugger, especially with strangers.
I'm not either. I'm not hugging no strangers.
To me, I wouldn't have even tried to hug. If I met Kenya in the so-and-so, I wouldn't try to hug her.
Right.
But even if I got cast on this show, I wouldn't try to hug nobody initially. We don't know each other.
Yeah.
And
I don't hug people.
Touch her. That's
why it just depends on who you are. Again, like I said,
right. You're a fan. She's a fan. She thinks she knows Kenya.
I just think, like I said, Kenya can come off kind of condescending, and that's just probably what she felt.
I didn't see nothing condescending in that one.
Yes, in that situation, she did not. I'll be the first one to tell you, because I ain't never been a fan of Kenya. I don't even know how to tell you. Anybody that ever watched me or listen to me talk about Housewives will tell you I've never been a Kenya fan. Have I, Monty?
No, she has not.
I'm not the type.
I'm not defending Britt either, because I'm on Kenya's side on this. I'm a Kenya stan, and I can understand how Britt could have maybe felt like she wasn't kind of warm. That has nothing to do with that. At the end of the day, if I'm in a new friend group and I meet all these people and everybody else is friendly, hugging, hey, how y'all doing? Da, 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 da. And then this one person comes in and she's not as warm as the rest of them. Granted, she don't know Porsha.
What was unwarm? Tell me what was unwarm.
Like she said, that besides the over exaggerating about the damn ring thing, I just think she was just being sensitive about that.
I thought it was a natural order of a question.
Goddamn, I just basically took up for Kenya saying
that one, Joy.
Damn, I literally just said I can understand that she overreacted about the ring thing. There was a little bit of an overreaction about the ring thing, but I can understand if I didn't miss Cynthia, don't know Porsha, don't know Shamia, and I done met these people, and they all yes, and then I get with this other person, and she's kind of like half hug, like, hey, I half hug. I mean, I could understand why she felt like that maybe wasn't like maybe the warmest welcome, but if she over exaggerating the situation, absolutely, that just gives that she might just be a sensitive ass person that takes stuff too damn seriously. It doesn't necessarily mean she's a fan. She just could be a sensitive person overall.
That's a fan.
Girl, anyways, next. That's the dumbest shit I ever heard.
I don't know why.
Because that doesn't give fan. That just means
that girl was literally an escort. It is
what does that have to do with this?
Sensitive. You was that girl. Everything that Kenya accused
being emotionally insensitive has nothing to do with her being an escort.
I'm just saying. Yes, it does. You gotta have.
No, it doesn't. It doesn't.
Internet hole.
No, it doesn't.
I can go Google your nudes. It's nothing shy. You need thick skin.
Shy and being sensitive is not the same thing.
I didn't say it was. I'm just saying it's just ridiculous. How you gonna be a crying hoe? That don't even make no sense.
What does that have to do with being sensitive? Because you're frivolously sexually active doesn't mean you can't be shy. Girl, let's move on to the next topic.
That ain't got nothing to do with shy.
That's what you literally just said.
I said, how you gonna be shy and a hoe? Because you said that. Because she's sensitive.
But
How you
what
gonna be a
again? How does
sensitive
being
hoe?
sensitive? How does that equate? Because you are frivolously having sex
Because you
or
need to
whatever,
have tough
being
skin if you got your
sensitive.
whole body on the internet.
I mean,
And
if your body's
you
perfect,
take
it is not.
pictures and
She has
you
a nice body, so it's nothing to be sensitive if you got a nice body.
okay, sure. All
And
right. So
she's older and has a nice body, so I can only imagine back when she was younger, her body was nice.
okay. I ain't debating that. That's not the issue. It's about being a sensitive hoe. But anyway, anyway, I think this feels like a different show.
Thank you, CJ.
Kevin said she was being messy. She sure was.
She
Thomas
was.
Kelly looked like wait a minute, what did he say? Uh-oh.
Oh, we both trying to hit it. Go ahead,
Yeah,
Joy.
okay. Kelly looked like she should be on Grinch Whoville. As all I kept saying is, boy, Scrappy from Love and Hip Hop definitely coined this phrase. From the prophet Scrappy from Love and Hip Hop, he said,
What did he say?
the typeface crew. He said, these women, and they don't need that stuff in their mouth, in their face. Like, it makes them look older.
It does.
It's not complimentary. It's just like I think Cynthia messed up her face. That girl
It
had
makes him look like a
cheekbones
cat.
in her cheek. That girl was literally known as cheekbones.
Yeah.
That stuff has taken that away. And all them lip injections, it don't make no sense to me. These are beautiful girls. They do not need that stuff in their face.
Did you see that picture of Brandy that I
I
sent y'all?
did.
Yeah.
That she didn't stop putting that stuff in her face.
He done stopped and look
Like,
at it.
oh my God, it looks so bad. Like
It's
you
awful.
don't need that.
Yeah.
They do not need that. Porsha said on I don't know which interview this was. She did some movie recently, and in the movie, she stopped taking Botox on purpose. And so I would love to see what her face looks like without Botox. But
God.
like these are very beautiful girls. They do not need that. It makes
Mm-mm.
it look so weird. It don't even look natural.
It don't.
Is getting it. Hers looks natural. Like I can see it if you just getting it on your forehead. I kind of get that. You don't need it in your cheeks and stuff.
Mm-mm.
It looks so bad. And they lips look tight. It looked like if I put my finger on their face, it'll leave an imprint.
Oh, not good.
But yes. But anyway, they're just beautiful girls. They don't need that. I don't know how old they are because they look like they in their late 40s.
And they probably not.
And they're probably not.
Okay. Keep on going. What's next, Joy? Whoever.
But I think that's actually pretty much it because it ends with them trying to find a place that's quiet. So they actually do it in two places. They're sitting around talking, and then they move them again away from everybody because there is people walking around.
Okay.
And so that's where it pretty much falls off with Kenya, Porsha sitting down, and Kelly just flat out saying, and for the record, when Porsha came up to all of them, she was friendly to all of them, hugged all of them, did the little smooches thing. And Kelly actually walked. They were sitting down. She didn't walk. She looked at Porsha and said, "Well, we were actually sitting around talking about what I told Shamia." And she said, let me tell you exactly what she said because it's on there. She was like,
I mean, she basically said, "I asked why you take that woman man."
oh,
That's
so
what she
my
said.
question was, why did you take that woman's husband?
Well, I want to know what she say.
She said, go write. She said that line, go rewrite it because that ain't it. That's what Porsha said.
Oh,
Like you can't. She was like, what's my last name? Where I'm from? None of that. That's what you want to start? She said it's a simple question. She was like, that's not what you say when you're trying to get to know someone. So Porsha's pretty, that's where I was like, it's combative. I guess that's my thought process. It's combative because you can't really think Porsha was going to say, girl, I didn't mean to. I shouldn't have. I did. You can't really think that was going to be the conversation. It felt
Nobody thought that.
combative. And then
No one thought that.
Porsha was just like, girl, straight, you're a stranger. I'm not talking to you. And then she kept on trying to talk. And she was like, I'm not talking to you. Like, stop. And so, it's combative. And I just don't think that if you're in a new friend group, that you should start off being combative. That's just my opinion. I would not, especially when you the newbie in a group of women that are veterans. And say whatever you want. Porsha is considered, even if we don't know how the season is going to turn off, she's the top dog here.
At the end of the day, the only people that she didn't know is Porsha and Cynthia.
That makes it worse. So the only
she knew everybody else.
Being competitive.
But she knew Kenya?
No,
in Kenya.
Yeah.
Okay.
She just knew.
But she knew everybody else. She knew Shamia. She knew Britt. She knew Angela. Like they all knew each other.
Okay.
Yeah. So I mean, in my opinion, it was just unnecessary. So anyway, the girls after that situation get in Shamia's elevator and they go upstairs or down. One or the other, and that down whatever room this is absolutely beautiful. By the way, it's beautiful. It's like a room that has like peach and a little purple. It's beautiful, like a great room. I don't know what the heck room. What's that?
Shamia meet her husband. I need to know.
She talks about it in her opening scene in a nightclub, and he bought her a drink, and then didn't really pay her much attention afterwards. And then they went out. He asked her out on a date, and she went by the house. She blew up his bathroom. Like she talks about it, girl. She go on and on about it. The producer say, "Girl, can you make this short?"
Okay.
So she does tell you the story of how they met, but it is what it is. But that's how it is. But even everybody's like, "You coming in hot."
I just think she was just trying to get that shit out the way. That's honestly what I think. I think she was trying to get it out the way. She had already brung it up again. They brung it up again at Shamia's house, which was completely inappropriate on Kenya's behalf. But I mean, I get it. Kenya message. It's just what Kenya gonna do.
Right.
But,
I could have seen Kenya. In my opinion, Kenya could have asked the same question, and I would have thought it was appropriate. It was the mere fact that Porsha had literally never met this girl that makes it feel like it was very fan based. Kenya, I think, would have had every right, and she friends with Fallon.
Yeah.
So I would have heard it from Kenya. It would have been okay if it was from Kenya. I would have even taken it from Cynthia. I would have thought that would have been a legitimate question. But it was the fact that it was one of these new girls that was the problem, and Kenya didn't really know her. Not Kenya. Porsha didn't know her. Because I would have expected Kenya to I actually would have expected Kenya to say something because, like I said, I heard her and Fallon were friends.
They were. I don't know if they are anymore.
And I would have expected Kenya to even film with that girl. Like I would have thought I would have been okay with it. It would have made sense. Not these new girls.
They coming in hot.
Yeah, now they can take that mess somewhere else.
Okay, what else happened?
That's it. That's actually it.
Okay.
I think that it was definitely worth the episode. I don't know the people that's watching. I would like to think if scale it 1 through 10, what number would you give it? I thought for an introduction, I don't really like first episodes because first episodes are like, this is what's going on with me now type episode. Right. But usually you all have, you have familiar cast. This was totally different. Like all of these were like scenes. It was pretty much, it was an introduction. It felt more like an introduction. And they did not introduce two of the new girls.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So we got more of that next week.
So how many more episodes is Kenya gonna be in? Did they say?
No, they weren't clear. But I kind of get the impression that this Kenya event is pretty early on in the season.
Okay.
I wanted to look that up while y'all talking. What did somebody say? Get over it. Somebody was like, "Oh God."
That was when y'all was going back and forth. Y'all just would not stop. Woo, child. I tried.
Are we through? Can I bring up another topic?
Yeah, go
Yes,
ahead.
please.
Love Mayor Huntsville. I think we talked about Marquez getting fired. Did we talk about that? And then the other one is Mia. Do y'all think it's true that she's leaving the show?
No, that is
Yeah.
fake. All of that is fake.
I think that's fake too. Monty,
No, I'm telling you, it's fake. It is fake
okay, Monty,
How you
do you
know?
think it's going to happen?
because my friend already confirmed it, and he's friends with the producers.
Okay.
I don't. So Mia was on one thing, and she said they asked her who was her dream cast, and she said Giselle. I couldn't believe it. Monique, which I don't know why. Robin. The only one she left out was Ashley. So that made me think she was coming back. But then she put something just here recently saying that she was wanting to be on Atlanta. Did y'all see that?
Well, that's the rumor that the old boy was gonna be on Atlanta.
That she lives in Atlanta anyway, like Giselle said.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I believed every word Giselle them said.
But so you heard that she's not leaving, D.
Yeah, well, I'm not saying that she's not leaving, but that is a lie.
Oh, that statement wasn't right. Okay.
Yeah, just
That
like the
didn't come
Karen
from her.
statement.
That didn't come from her Instagram.
No,
And the
It didn't
Karen
look like
statement
it
ain't real
did.
either, right?
no.
So
I didn't
has your
think so.
producer friend said if Huntsville is coming back or not?
Oh, I mean, I don't think he cares about Huntsville like that.
Okay.
Who?
His
The
friend.
person that they're talking about.
Oh.
Yeah. I want. Do you think Robin will come back?
She would if they asked her.
Of
But
course, but God, please, let's
No,
hope
I'm
they
saying, do you think
don't.
they would ask her?
No, for what?
the rumor mill is saying, we don't know if it's true, but that they're trying to bring Candace back. Because that's what I heard. If Mia and what's her name was gone, I could definitely see that. I can't see
Yeah.
them bringing Candace back just because, but there was a picture I saw recently of Wendy and Candace together.
Mm-hmm. What's all that? Monty, what you doing?
Anyway, I don't know if that's pretty much it. I think it was worth a watch if you
For
haven't
me?
seen it. And we could leave it there. If y'all didn't watch Married to Medicine, I'm so sick of them women on there. Porsha,
Okay, like, oh my God, it's so
Not watching.
annoying.
Yeah, I can't watch that.
Phaedra has quit.
Good.
Yeah.
I told them, y'all some mean girls.
Yeah.
They always try to make her out to be a liar, but the mere try to act like Phaedra invited.
I mean, Phaedra knew he was coming. I don't think she knew the wife was coming.
She
I think
did
that's
know.
where
Yeah,
the problem is coming in.
Yeah, I
Right.
think that's definitely the issue.
But did
And now
Claude
they're
invite
divorced.
the wife or no? Who invited the wife?
Heavenly invited them both, but he said that his wife couldn't come.
Oh.
So,
That's right.
production would eventually know that she was coming, but he did tell her that his wife couldn't come. But let's be clear, before she even called Phaedra, she called him and invited him. Somebody
To be
told her
messy.
to call Phaedra, so she called Phaedra. And Phaedra was like, I don't mind. We in a good place, I guess. But when they asked her at some point, I don't know where I saw this. Oh, I don't know if it was, maybe she was on Watch What's Happening Live. I can't remember where I saw her answer this. But somebody asked Phaedra, why was she upset? Oh no, they said this on the show. why was she upset that he was there and everything seemed so well at the reunion?
Uh-huh.
She said that Phaedra don't want to mention their wife. Really, that's what bothered her. But
Why?
because her
Why
and
the hell was
Lady
she?
has never gotten along. That I think that's clear because she was cheating with
With
Apollo while they
Apollo,
were
while
still
she was
married.
married to
Okay,
Phaedra.
I
Why
didn't
would
know. That's what I'm asking. Go ahead. All
Yeah,
right.
how
she
you watch
said that on the
Housewives of
show.
Atlanta and don't know that?
Yeah,
I
she
have
said
no idea.
if she was in Atlanta when a couple of episodes after they sent Apollo away, she was literally went to Todd's restaurant and they filmed on camera. They were definitely still married, and she was like she been with him for such and such a time. Everybody was pissed about that. Like Todd shouldn't have done that. Todd bought that
Mhm.
girl on there. Candy claims she was thrown off by it. But yeah, they filmed with that girl and they showed it on TV. So he was definitely cheating. That's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. And Phaedra said on the show on Married to Medicine that he was cheating with her when she was pregnant with their youngest son. Oh, if you watched Atlanta, you might not remember, but Todd brought that girl on the show. They filmed with her
What?
downstairs. Yes, at one of
Now
their
y'all
This
know I
was
didn't
residences.
watch Atlanta for a few seasons, so
Yes,
this must be, yeah.
the year that
this was at the
Apollo,
OLG opening.
yeah, and all
Yeah,
of
I didn't
that
watch that.
was
Okay.
sitting around. Everybody was like, "What?" Like that was just flat out wrong. That's just real.
What?
That was really, really messy. So Phaedra ain't
Okay.
lying about that. And whether or not, she just gave a specific time while she was pregnant with their youngest son. So she knows,
No.
and she made clear at the reunion when Andy asked her at Married to Medicine reunion, did they get along? She's like, yeah. She invited Apollo. She said, yeah, we get along. She wasn't allowed in the house, and he asked her, well, how do you get along with his wife? She said, oh, we don't have a relationship. And
Oh
she
my
left
God.
it. So, bringing them on the show was just messy.
That's
It was messy. It
awful.
was unnecessary.
They didn't need it.
Yeah, it was just unnecessary. And that's one of the things that I don't like
Oh.
about Married to Medicine. They create these scenarios like they did with have everybody sitting around in the couples, and they got Quad and her new guy and Dr. G and his wife right behind each other. It was a huge space around the pool. Why they got to be sitting behind each other? Quad drunk, going on about them, and she perfect for him. She perfect for him. And just going on and on, like speaking on their marriage, it was unnecessary.
Yeah.
And they create these situations and then get pissed off because Greg, the situation it was bad that night, but the next day they go on this boat to this island and they almost get into a fight.
And
So
it is
how,
Heavenly doing it. Like, who's
of
doing that?
course. So yeah, Heavenly did that. First of all, Heavenly asked a direct question about them. Now everybody else is sitting around talking about how awkward it is. Her going on and on, Quad, about how she want to have a baby. This is a perfect man. He's good to me. How often they have sex and all that.
Nuh-uh.
Yes. One of the questions that they asked all of the families was, how many days a week do you have sex? Everybody
No.
else is like once or twice or three, whatever. Quad said 15.
Girl, whatever.
And
Wait, hold on,
then she
y'all. End the
said
live
it
first.
was dramatic.
I
But
said, is we keeping all of this on the live?
no, I'm finna go off. But anyway, yeah, I'm finna get off the phone anyway, because Married at First Sight. I only watch TV one night a week, believe it or not. Well, 2 nights a week, Sunday night and Tuesday nights. And two things I watched Housewives of Beverly Hills, but I don't watch it tonight. But Married to Medicine, I mean not Married to Medicine, Married at First Sight comes on tonight. and it's
Okay.
And
I definitely
we
like it.
still need to do a review on Beverly Hills, and just, we ain't gotta specify the
Beverly
episode. We
Hills
just,
not good to me at all. This is a terrible season.
oh my
I'm
god,
so
and
sick of the read. I don't know
you,
what to do.
I am sick of the read, but I do think the cast is rounded.
Yeah, and Dorita's making the show this year.
I wouldn't say that.
Yeah,
She
making
is.
it
She's
real
making it
bad.
unbearable.
Making it
I can't take it.
unbearable.
She's
Yes.
still
Yes, she
making
is.
it.
It's
Oh,
awful.
girl,
She's still
she's
making it.
unbearable.
Who else is going to be there to do it if she wasn't there?
I
Yeah,
hate
Cal
somebody
keeping
got
everybody.
to.
Cal keeping off her little private life. She's not talking about Mauricio and his
I'm
daughter.
sick of her and Kyle. So how
I'm
about
sick of
that?
yeah.
It don't matter. That's what I'm saying. Dorita's bringing it. What else are
It's
you
got to
going
be
to do?
somebody.
I mean,
I'd rather have
is she really
EJ. Shit.
bringing it? Because I mean, the read is really not that interesting to me. It's been the same shit for how
What,
long with the
what was
read?
your initial
Nothing,
question?
nothing new. Nothing
We
new is
gonna
going on
yawn.
other than that they are
Okay.
actually getting a divorce now, and it's actually
I heard they was
proceeding.
back together.
Who knows? It could have all
You
been a lie. Doesn't surprise me. The
that's a fake.
robberies
You
was
know she's a
fake.
fake.
The
Yeah.
Yeah.
robberies was fake. So I mean, it wouldn't surprise that she faked the
Her
divorce to stay
accent
on the
fake,
damn
the
show.
divorce fake, the robbery is fake.
Because
She
they
Cause
yeah.
what
said
does
that
the
what's his
rehab
name
She's
going
was
not
kicked
welcome
out.
into the
on?
shopping center no more.
What does the rehab going on? What has the rehab going on in years?
They said that her husband was kicked out of whatever the apartment that he was staying in.
Oh
Baby,
my
And
God.
The read is banned from Neiman's.
yeah,
So
and yeah, I told y'all that he was banned from Neiman's, and they said
Why?
his house is
Did
in
I just say that?
pre-foreclosure.
Oh
And
God.
that's why Sutton said that basically production has been protecting her. Are y'all watching the after show? Because she
No.
yes.
No.
girl. Sutton basically, I read between the lines. She's being protected. All of this is really going on, and she talking about a divorce that they think is fake anyway.
Oh my God.
Yeah, but yeah, they said yeah, yeah.
So who's she screwing on production?
No, I don't think that that's it. But
Like why protect
they
her?
won't.
I don't
In
understand.
other words, production isn't letting them talk about her financial situation. So
Okay.
Sutton is sneaking in ways. Like I think
Yeah, that's why she said my
you
bank
think you
account bigger
better
than
than
yours.
me. I think my bank
Yeah.
account is bigger than yours.
That was so tacky.
I loved it.
Well, I
I
know
I
you
think it
did.
said
was
the read
classic.
is
It
getting
was
on my
classic
nerves.
housewife. Classic
Mm-hmm.
housewife. A classic housewife comeback.
Yes.
And at the end of the day, none of this will be happening in the first place if the read didn't start with Sudden. Simple.
My whole thing is, it ain't like I could kind of understand if Sutton be coming for her. Like Sutton, it be simple things like Sutton had what's her name? Garcelle was like, "Girl, what you drinking?" She was like a watermelon. Something. She said, "It's alcohol in there." She said, "Yeah." Now Garcelle is trying to get this drink. She ain't being shady. She's trying to get a drink. As a matter of fact, after they had this argument, she asked for it.
For the same drink.
Right. Dorit says, did you just ask her? Was it alcohol in it? Her
Of
accent gone this
course.
season, by the way.
Of
Oh,
course it's
you don't
alcohol
like
in
her
it.
shade?
Huh?
You don't like her shade?
I mean, it's not about the fact that we don't like her shade. It would be okay if Dorit quit playing the victim. That is what my
Yes.
issue
What did
is.
she say she's a victim of?
I mean, when Sutton cussed her out about it, she was, oh
Yes.
my God, how could you
Don't
say
call me
something
a
like
B
that?
in my house.
It's like,
You mean
that
I can
that's
come to
like,
your house and call y'all a
you,
B?
you mean, okay, but at the end of the day, Kelly, you wouldn't
I ain't
sit
think
there
so.
and try to downplay it like you didn't know what you just did. Like if you were being shady or you threw some shade at us, you would own that shade. That's the difference between you and Dorit.
Yeah, she's
And
irritated.
that's why,
Wait a
I
minute.
can't
Wait
go
a
up for
minute.
the read. That's why
Can
I can't go up for it because I would be going up for the read if she didn't have this woe is me complex. Like you know
and the
damn
next
well
that's how
you just
Kenya does.
accused that
That's her.
girl of being an alcoholic last year. You didn't apologize for it, and then you came in this season when Sutton was trying to defend you against Kyle and Kyle's bullshit because Kyle was absolutely wrong and you turned around and turned it on Sutton, even though she was defending you and she didn't even have to, because
Wait a
technically,
minute.
again,
How about a scene or two, a episode or two later? everybody's ordering drinks, and Sutton says, "Can I get a water?" And Dorit leans over and says, "Is that because of what I said the last time?" She was like, "What is wrong with you?"
Like, girl.
Like, she constantly tries to make it seem like that girl is an alcoholic. Now she might be because she looked like it, but but we don't know that. You're trying to make it happen. So you gonna call me an alcoholic? I'm gonna talk about your financial situation every
Me
time
too.
you do.
I
I'm
love how
telling
she
you.
called her Porit. That took
Who
me out.
Maurice?
That
Right.
took me out.
Like
Oh my
every
God, that took
time
me
you
out.
call me an alcoholic, I'm gonna let the world know
You're
that you a
broke.
mess.
They've been
You
broke for
broke.
some years now.
Yeah, that's true, Callie. Now that is true.
Now
Yeah,
that is true. That's what they've been saying.
yeah, that's
But
what
all
Baby,
they
right,
said. But
it's been
that my
coming out
point in
about a lot
saying
about
that
Dorito glam people, glam, everything.
my point in saying that is that if the shade comes up about her income, it no longer matters. We've been talking about her income forever. So Sutton can go sit down somewhere with them little chicken legs.
all right, yeah, right. That's what my husband. He's like, "What?" I'll never forget that scene
Toothpicks. Yeah, they're
where
so little.
Sutton was remodeling her house and she had on them shorts. Davey was like, "What's wrong with her legs?" I was like, "They just look like them little alcoholic legs." She probably do drink, but you're not going to keep insinuating to me on national TV, and I'm not going to talk about the fact that you banned from Neiman's. Like it's gonna be tit for tat here. In the words of the prophetess Melanie Holt, you gonna go low and I'm gonna go to hell. So,
Did y'all hear about her counterfeit products?
no.
Well, not her counterfeit products, but what you say? Somebody in another country is making her leggings and selling them. Her leggings, her sweatshirts, and everything identical, and they're selling them under that other company. And a person bought one of the shirts and got it in the mail and saw whose name was on there as far as the company it came from, and it was not Seventh Avenue Beauty. It was not Tilted Crowns, and so it was somebody else totally that's knocking off her things.
If she has a white label, I could definitely see that. Because Canvas Beauty, all of
Mm-hmm.
her products are marketable in other ways. Because I mean, like I said, her stuff is on Temu. So when you white label stuff, that happens.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But you ain't even got a white label and they'll do it. But anyway, all right, y'all. It is 7:17 and I am finna be up out. So I hope y'all enjoyed the recap of Housewives of Atlanta.
It was like,
We'll see y'all next week.
peace
So,
out.
Peace
Bye,
out.
y'all.
bye bye.